Saga, and for today's weight loss minute, we're taking a look at how you treat yourself and how that relates to weight loss. Now, what do the two have in common? Like, why are they even related? I thought weight loss was supposed to be about, counting calories and not eating carbs. And while those certainly are factors that you have to take a look at the end of the day, how you treat yourself is going to be more important than any of those other things, because the worse you treat yourself, the less space you have to actually make room for all of the other good behaviors you need to do in order to lose the weight sustainably. So how does that make sense? Well, before we dive into deep there, I just want to set up a little bit of the context of this particular video. And the context comes from the fact that many of our clients are women who are moms who have very busy careers, very busy households. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of demand on their time, on their energy, on their focus, which oftentimes doesn't leave a lot of room for them to take care of themselves. And the reason this is important is because oftentimes what we find is our clients will actually have higher standards and more appreciation and more support for everybody and everything else in their life than they do for themselves. And it's very hard to do positive things for yourself when kind of the overarching pattern is that of like never being enough, always judging yourself, always being in a state of guilt. Like, it's a lot easier to then reach for that cupcake that makes you feel better than it is for that salad, because just the script that's playing in your head is this one of not enough because I'm not doing enough. So in order to reverse that, and we have a whole set of processes in our programs to do this, but if you're looking to kind of implement this yourself, start to look at, how do I treat the important people in my life versus how do I treat myself? So for example, if you are a mom that has kids and you see that your kid is upset because they didn't achieve that perfect mark or that perfect result in whatever it is that they're doing, chances are you don't go and you hound them for being a failure, that they're not perfect. And this is not to say that you're not expecting high things of your kids. Of course you are, but it's the approach. Mistakes are going to be inevitable. So how do I approach this important person in my life when they've made a mistake? Chances are you're a lot more supportive. Chances are that you are going to highlight that they have done certain things right, and the things that they haven't done right is now an opportunity to learn and get better as a result of that. So overall, you turn a negative into a positive. Are you applying the same standards to your own weight loss journey? Like, when you fall off the wagon, do you kind of wipe the slate clean and say, okay, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to restart and learn from my mistakes? Or do you hound yourself and say, oh my God, I can't believe you don't have discipline to do this. Why are you such a failure at this? How can you keep getting this wrong? So that conversation doesn't sound like the conversation you would have with your kids. Then begin to ask yourself, well, is it fair or authentic for me to not apply the same standards to myself as it is to my kids? You can do the same thing as it comes to making mistakes. You can do the same thing as it comes to overwhelm. Are you applying different standards to the people close in your life than you are to yourself? And if you are, that's fine. This happens all the time with, like I said, successful, busy women and moms. And if that is happening, then just start to shift. Like, if I wasn't the one having this situation and somebody else who was close to me was, how would I treat it differently? Whatever comes up for you, start to apply those things for yourselves. And what you'll find over time, and I know sometimes this is a lot harder to accept than it is to hear, but what you find is the more you begin to appreciate yourself and be kinder to yourself, the easier it is for your brain to then trigger you to be kinder to your body, to make better choices, to just be kinder to yourself overall. So I know this is a little bit out there and a little bit different than you might be used to, but sometimes that is exactly what we need to start moving forward. So if you need any support with this, or you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at Quick Body Weight Loss in Mississauga. Otherwise, we will be back here again next week with another Weight Loss Minute video. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.